the lesson from last time, inshallah. Obviously, since it's been 2 weeks that we haven't had a chance to go through the lesson. So inshallah ta'ala, we'll just do a review of lesson 3, and we sent you the I've sent some of the invites, and then I'll ask the other invites to be sent out as ASAP. So inshallah you can then join the class dojo, so we can keep in touch with the with that. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi tayyibin at-tahirin, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Ad-dars al-thalith, lesson 3. In lesson 3, we're introduced to the use of the word al. In Arabic, to make a noun which is general, a common noun, into a proper noun, one of the ways of doing it is to add al to that word. So we have baytun and al-baytu. So baytun is house, and al-baytu is the house. Qalamun, al-qalamu, pen, and then the pen, particular one. Kitabu, book, and al-kitabu, the specific book that's being referred to. Jamalun and al-jamalu, a specific camel that's being referred to. And here we had some sentences that we went through last time, which helped us out in understanding how the word al has been used. So al-qalamu maksur, the pen is broken, and we've got the picture there to help us out. Al-babu maftuh, the door is open. Al-waladu jalis, the boy is sitting. Wal-mudarrisu waqif, the teacher is standing. Al-himaru saghir wal-hisanu kabir, the donkey is small and the horse is large. Al-kitabu jadid wal-qalamu qadim, the book is new and the pen is old. And then we have al-kursiyu maksur, the chair is broken. Al-ma'u barid, the water is cold. Al-qamaru jamil, the moon is beautiful. Al-baytu qarib wal-masjidu ba'id, the house is near and the mosque is far. Al-hajaru thaqil wal-waraqu khafif, the stone is heavy and the paper is light. Each of them, you see, we have the pictures. You remember that we went through these, that they have the pictures there to help us out in understanding. The picture of the guy carrying the stone and holding the paper, showing the stone heavy and the paper light. Al-labanu har, the milk is hot. And al-qamis or nadif, the shirt is clean. We went through these examples and these exercises last time. The thing that we're being introduced to in this lesson is of some more new words and some very important new rule, which is very important that we learn. So here we got these new words that we've been introduced to in this lesson. And if you go to the end of the PDF, you'll see that the English of those words have also been mentioned. But the reason why they've shown us the pictures and the words is to tell us that we need to try to associate the words with the pictures. in our mind when we mention this word. The picture of that particular thing, whatever it is, should come into our mind. So we had al-kalimat al-jadida, the new words. Al-qamar, the moon. Jadid, new. Qadim, old. Wasikh, dirty. Nadif, clean. Har, hot. Barid, cold. Saghir, small. Kabir, large or big. Maftuh, open. Maksur, broken. Thaqil, heavy. Khafif, light. Jamil, beautiful. Waqif, standing, and Jalis, sitting. And then we introduced to a few more sentences using these words. So a few more new words that we're being introduced to. So we have Najm, which is star, and An-Najm, which is the star. Rajul, Ar-Rajul, the man. Deek, Ad-Deek, the cockerel. Talib, student, and At-Talib, the student. And so here we introduced to some new words, and the reason for mentioning these new words we'll find out on the next page. Why is it that we've been introduced to these new words? So we have An-Najmu Ba'id. The star is far away. Ar-Rajulu Waqif. The man is standing. As-Sukkaru Hilu. The sugar is sweet. At-Talibu Marid. The student is sick. Ad-Diku Jamil. The cockerel is beautiful. Ad-Daftaru Jadid. The notebook is new. At-Tajiru Ghani. The merchant or the trader is rich. Ad-Dukkanu Maftuh. The shop is open. Al-Waladu Faqir. The boy is poor. At-Tuffahu Al-Ladid. The apple is tasty. At-Tabibu Tawil wal-Mudarrisu Qasir. The doctor is tall and the teacher is short. Now, we go to this page. Now, in this page, we're learning that there are two types of letters in Arabic language. And there's 28 letters in Arabic. And they're divided half and half, 14 and 14, into al-huruf al-qamariyya wal-huruf al-shamsiyya. What's the difference between huruf al-qamariyya and huruf al-shamsiyya? When they are written by themselves, we wouldn't notice any difference. But when we add al to that word, then there's different pronunciations for both of these words. So even though it's written exactly the same, it's going to be pronounced differently. So on the right hand side, we have huruf al-qamariyya. If we look at huruf al-qamariyya, we see that huruf al-qamariyya are 14 and huruf al-shamsiyya also are 14. So where huruf al-qamariyya are 14, huruf al-shamsiyya also are 14. Huruf al-qamariyya, how do we pronounce them? It's very easy. Huruf al-qamariyya, we pronounce them exactly how it's written. So the lam will be pronounced al-ab, the father. Al-bab, the door. Al-jannah, the garden. Al-himar, the donkey. Al-khubs, the bread. Al-ain, the eye. Al-ghada, the food. Al-fam, the lips. Al-qamar, the moon. Al-kalb, the dog. Al-ma, the water. Al-walad, the boy. Al-hawa, the air. Al-yad, the hand. So these are pronounced exactly the way that they're written, very straightforward and very easy. The other 14, there's a slight difference when we pronounce those words, when we read those words. So how will they be read? At-tajir, the merchant. Al-thawb, the shirt. Ad-dik, the cockerel. Al-dhahab, the gold. Al-rajul, the man. Al-zahra, the star. Al-samak, the fish. Al-shams, the sun. Al-sadr, the chest. Al-dhayf, the guest. Al-talib, the student. Al-dhahar, the back. Al-laham, the meat. And Al-najm, the star. So in these 14 letters, which are called huruf al-shamsiyah, you notice that we didn't pronounce the lam even though it's written there. Okay, so even though it's written al-tajir, but we didn't say al-tajir, we said at-tajir. In other words, we joined the alif with the next letter and the lam became silent. It's just like in English. In English, for example, we have the word eight, where we spell it E-I-G-H-T, right? But this G is silent. We don't pronounce the G. We say eight. Okay, so similarly, in Arabic, in huruf al-shamsiyah, which are these 14 letters on the left-hand side, ta, tha, dal, dhal, ra, za, sin, shin, sad, dhad, ta, dha, lam, and nun. So these 14 letters, whenever they are preceded by a lam, so a lam comes before any of these letters, then the lam will become silent, just like the G is silent in 8. And we will join the previous word, if the previous letter is alif, or if before alif there's another word, for example, we will join that word with this word and we'll drop the lam. We will not pronounce the lam. The lam will become silent. So this is really important. That's why we were introduced to these new words, so that we learn the difference between huruf al-qamariyah, where the lam will be pronounced, and huruf al-shamsiyah, where the lam will be dropped and the lam will not be pronounced. I'm just coming back here so we can, if there's any questions about that. I hope that was clear for everyone. But if there are any questions, we can. Okay. All right. So I hope that all of that is clear, and inshallah we will then move on to the next part of the lesson, inshallah. So where we, yeah, right. So here these are the two things that we learned in this lesson. We'll just quickly go through here the points to remember so that we are clear about that. We learned the use of the word al, right? So we said baytun, but al baytu. So even though it's baytun, the tanween, the two dhamma at the end of baytun will be dropped and it will become al baytu, because of the al that's been attached to it. And then as we said, Arabic has 28 letters. Of these are 14 letters called the sun letters, huruf al-shamsiyah, and the 14 which are called moon letters, huruf al-qamariyah. And in the huruf al-shamsiyah, we drop the lam, and in huruf al-qamariyah, we have the lam. They're written, both of them are written exactly the same, as I said. But we are pronounced when we're speaking them, we will drop the lam. So we gave the examples. Al-najmu becomes an-najmu, becomes ar-rajulu, ad-diku, as-samaku. Okay. So wherever it will be, we will drop it when it's being recited, when it's being pronounced, but it will still be written exactly the same way. So therefore, once we know the rule that this is huruf al-shamsiyya, this is huruf al-qamariyya, then we'll be able to know where and how we're supposed to pronounce each of the letters. Okay. So where we mentioned that the tanween is the indefinite, so we would translate it to a. So for example, baytun is a house. Obviously this doesn't apply to adjectives like maftuh, which means open, maksur, which means broken, and we'll learn about that, you know, the rules for that subsequently. But when it is a noun, common noun, so like house, we will say that will translate to a house. Baytun will translate to a house. And then here we have got all the Arabic words, and we've got the English words that go with it. That gives us the meaning of each of those words that we have learned in this lesson. So ghani, rich, faqir, poor, tawil, tall, qasir, short. That's a typo there. Barid, cold, har, hot. Jalis, sitting, waqif, standing. Jadid is new, qadim, old. Qarib, near, ba'id, far away. Nadif, clean, wasikh, dirty. Saghir, small, kabir, big. Khafif, light, thaqil, heavy. Waraq, al-waraq, paper. Al-ma, water. Al-tuffah, the apple. Jamil, beautiful. Ad-dukkan, shop. Hulu, sweet. Marid, sick. Okay. So now in this lesson, lesson 4, which is obviously up to there we did a little recap of what we've done so far. In this lesson 4, we now being introduced to prepositions. Now prepositions in English are words like in, on, over, that, under, so on and so forth. In Arabic, they're called harf. And what they do is they change the word that comes after it, and instead of having a dhamma at the end of the word, it now has a kasra at the end because of the preposition. So what's the examples? Well, let's read through these examples. We have al-baytu, the house. Fil bayti, in the house. Now because of fi, it became fil bayti. Al-masjidu, the mosque. Fil masjidi, in the mosque. Al-maktabu, the desk. Alal maktab, on the desk. As-sarir, the bed. Alas-sarir, on the bed. So in all of these examples, we saw fi or ala. It turned the word from having dhamma at the end to having kasra at the end of the word. So the change that came was fil bayti, alal maktabi, alal fil masjidi, alas sariri. So it now became kasra at the end of the word. So we'll just quickly read through this, and then inshallah we will conclude the lesson. Hopefully those of you received the email, signed up to the class dojo, inshallah, then we can get the we can send the homework, inshallah. All right, so Aina Muhammad, where is Muhammad? Huwa fil ghurfa, he is in the room. Huwa fil ghurfati, Again, fi because of fi became غرفة became غرفتي. وأين ياسر? And where is Yasir? هو في الحمام. He is in the bathroom. وأين آمنة? And where is Amina? هي في المطبخ. She is in the kitchen. أين الكتاب? Where is the book? هو على المكتب. It is on the desk. وأين الساعة? And where is the watch? هي على السرير. It is on the bed. So here we got the examples, the exercises which ask us to go through the questions and answers in the previous lesson and to answer those questions. So inshallah we will leave that for the homework. I'm sure that you all have the this PDF. If you don't, then inshallah we'll send it to you. So if we just go to the, we can go here. Okay. In this question and answer, we're learning about the about introductions, how we introduce each other. So we mentioned fi and we mentioned ala, and now we're mentioning min and ila. So min means from, and ila means to. If everyone can go on mute, please. So we just let's see the background voices, please. Thank you. Okay. So al-mudarrisu, the teacher is asking, min ayna ant? Where are you from? Muhammad, ana min al-Yaban. I am from Japan. Al-mudarris, wa min ayna Ammar? And where is Ammar from? Muhammad, huwa min as-Sin. He is from China. Al-mudarris, wa min ayna Hamid? And where is Hamid from? Muhammad replies, huwa min al-Hind. He is from India. Al-mudarris, ayna Abbas? Where is Abbas? Muhammad replies, kharaj. He left. Al-mudarris, ayna dhahaba? Where did he go? Muhammad replies, dhahaba ila al-mudir. He went to the principal. Al-mudarris, wa ayna dhahaba Ali? And where did Ali go? Muhammad replies, dhahaba ila al-mirhad. He is gone to the toilet. So here we learn the use of min and ila. So we learned 4 prepositions in this lesson. We learned fi, which is in, and we learned ala, which is on, and we learned min, which is from, and we learned ila, which is to. All of these have the same ruling. So once any one of these appears, then the word after it becomes majroor, and the alamat, the sign of that is that it will have kasra on the word instead of having dhamma, which is what it originally would have had. Okay. So here we go through the new words that we learned. We learned al-madrasa, school, al-fasl, class, al-hammam, bathroom, al-mirhad, toilet, al-matbakh, kitchen, al-ghurfa, room, al-jami'a, university, al-suq, market, al-yaban, Japan, al-Sin, China, al-Hind, India, and al-Philippines, Al-Mudir, principle. ذهب went and خرج left. And then, as we said, في, على, من, and إلى, which are من حروف الجر. Inshallah, further on we'll learn more about حروف الجر. But for the time being, it's enough to know that there are prepositions and they change the word from having dhamma at the end of it to having kasra at the end. So, fil bayti, ala al-maktabi, so on and so forth. So here we'll quickly go through these points to remember, and then inshallah we'll conclude. So we said that Arabic, normally the words will end with dhamma at the end. So al-baytu jadidun, the house is new. A noun with a normal ending in Arabic is called marfu. After the preposition, it turns to kasra. So al-baytu becomes fil bayti. Baytun becomes fil baytin, fi baytin. Al-maktabu becomes ala al-maktabi. Right? So in the house, on the table. And a noun which is after a preposition is called majroor. And the alamat, the sign that is majroor, is the kasra at the end of the word. We also learned huwa and hiya. Huwa is he is, and hiya is she is. Now in Arabic, there's only he and she, there's no it. So even nouns which are not referring to people will still be either in the he or she form, right? Whether it's a human being or an animal or a thing. So for example, أين الولد هو في المسجد. Where is the boy? He is in the mosque. أين الكتاب? Where's the book? It is on the table. Again, you see, we reply with the same reply. هو على المكتب. It is on the table, but هو, because book is masculine. And feminine nouns are referred to as hiya, even if they are a human being or an animal or a thing. So أين آمنة? Where is Amina? هي في البيت. She is in the house. أين الساعة? Where is the watch? هي على السرير. It is on the bed. So again, whether it's a person or it's an object or an item or a thing, it will either be referred to as huwa or hiya, depending on how do we recognize most of the feminine nouns, most of the female nouns end with the round ta at the end. And that is the alama, that's the sign that this is a feminine word or feminine noun. So we learned that tanween is on the indefinite, so a house. So baytun is a house, but it doesn't apply obviously to proper nouns. So hamidun is just hamid and not a hamid, right? Because we already know that it's referring to a person and not referring to a place or an object. So this, if we will go back to our exercises that we left off, and that is page 29 of this PDF. And so this is where you need to go through 1 to 11. And if we go to the previous page, you'll see all the answers to these 11 questions are all there. So you just need to find the answers, write them down, and then inshallah we'll go through them in the next lesson. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So I think everybody has got this. Everybody has got this PDF. If you don't have the PDF, please let me know, and then I'll make sure the PDF. Okay. So moon and sun letters, it will be a little bit difficult, but what you need to do is just go through the lesson, and we just have to learn them, right? So there are 14 letters, which are the moon letters, and 14 letters, which are the sun letters. So we just need to learn which one is which. And with practice, we will be able to know which one is which and how we're supposed to pronounce them. They're written exactly the same way, but we would pronounce them differently. It will just come with practice once we go through each of those letters and know that which one is the moon letter and which one is the sun letter. Okay, so I hope that that is all clear for everyone. If you don't have the PDF, please let me know so we can send you the PDF. Those of you who've got the PDF, it is page 29 on the PDF, which is exercises. So it goes from 1 to 11. And all the questions, the answers are on the previous page, on page 28. So you just need to go through them, find the answers, and then put the answers there. And inshallah, I will thank you all for sending me the emails. We will investigate why the emails have not been sent out. So why some people have got them and some people have not. So please, if you haven't sent your email yet, please send it to me privately before we end the class. And inshallah, we will find out what's going on. Thank you so much. So I've got emails from some people and I'll pass those emails on, inshallah. And we will then, inshallah ta'ala, go through them, inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay.